Good morning, traders. So how do we trade the Aussie today? So by the looks of things, our potential bottoming pattern is not going to play out. Let me just see, I've had a little bit of an update to my platform and most of my settings are gone. So anyway, there we go. So there are a couple of things that we need to worry about, and I think the first one to worry about is this inside tail here. So this previous swing low, and then you can see it lines up with a few other tabs, and we sort of just missed it on Tuesday. Okay, so at this stage, trend is still down, and there is a reasonably good possibility that this measured move here plays out. Okay, so in other words, this initial move down, we consolidated, and now we're busy with the next move down. So there is a possibility that that plays out. However, I do think that 48,580 is going to be a tough nut to crack, because you see you've got a swing high, you've got two retests of a swing low there, and we did bounce off that level as well. You can see pretty much bouncing off this area. Okay, so yeah, so I think for now, let's just get to the 4 hour, because just to show you on the 4 hour, you can see we had one signal that indicated we're going to turn. We had a second one here. Wasn't much follow through, but I think the critical thing here was we had to break, as I said to you yesterday, we had to break above that fractal level in order for, well, it was not that fractal level, sorry, but that is now the new fractal level. So the previous fractal level was there that we had to break above to confirm the bottom. Okay, so at this stage, we have formed a double top, okay, with a little bit of diversions. So, and that's continuation divergence. So in other words, we're expecting more downside. Okay, 10 cents also down today, and it's already down 2%. So that's definitely going to affect us. And the other element we need to watch is the rand dollar, and that's 14.65. So that may come into play or may not. And the US markets were pretty much flat most of the evening, and then fell off towards the close and towards the early futures market open. Okay, so putting that all together, what do we have here? So there are a couple of signals playing out here. Okay, you can see how we missed this level here. So I would expect us to at least come and tag this level again. This level is 49,145. If that breaks, then I would expect us to come and tag 48,580. Now, 48,580 is definitely an area that I would look to be getting long. Okay. Now, the other pattern that could potentially be playing out here, and again, let's just do that and that. So that's the one area, or alternatively, which I think is going to be more likely, is that kind of thing. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm still sort of the opinion that we are kind of in a bottoming pattern here. I know there is a fairly large head and shoulders here. You can see there's a shoulder, there's a head, there's a shoulder, and we're kind of on the neckline at the moment. So let's use the top line. So that would sort of be the neckline. Okay, and you've got to actually take it from here. So there's the shoulder, there's the big head, and here's the next shoulder. I'm not convinced that's going to play out anyway. So just based on my experience with this asset over the years, and especially, I'll show you another example and you'll see what I mean. So we had one forming here which failed to materialize, and it was the only one that I can remember. But anyway, as far as I'm concerned, this whole year has been a sideways range, and I expect us to continue. So we may not find support right here where we are, so we may drop to the next level, and the next level is definitely down here at 49,145, and the level after that would be 49,583. Okay, so that's sort of the play that I can see. And I didn't trade this yesterday. It was nothing exciting for me, and by the looks of things, the same thing's going to happen today. Okay, the fact that we've got buyers at the close here, it could just be people that were short that took profit at the close. But I'm looking at the oscillators at the moment, and I suppose we do have a crossover here, so there is more than likely more downside to come. Okay, so the question is, how far are we going to fall? Okay, so let's just check what we're going to do today. Personally, I'm not going to be doing anything, but if you are going to be trading this thing, I think we are so we've had a crossover the moving average. We are below the moving averages at the moment, so there is potential for downside, but you're going to have to watch each of these tails to the left, because based on the previous history here, if you look, whenever we get down into this zone, we get buyers stepping in. Okay, so you've got to ask yourself, where are the buyers waiting? Because they are waiting here somewhere. They are looking for a value buy at the moment, and bear in mind that the Christmas rally is also coming up. So you're going to have people that are waiting for the value buy that's going to put them into the Christmas rally. Okay. The other thing to bear in mind is that the US markets have rallied. They have set new highs. Okay, and we sort of have continued on our sideways to downward motion. Now, when this last happened in 2016, we were quite a few months behind the US markets, but all of a sudden, out of the blue, we kind of reversed our downward trend and rocketed to the upside. So, and that's kind of the picture that I've got at the moment. So one of these levels here, the buyers are going to step in and they're going to start driving this price up. So there is definitely a possibility that this measured move plays out all the way down to 47,600. If we get down to there, that's a great buying opportunity for the swing trade. But we've got all these other little levels in between. And I'm kind of reluctant to... So this one here, let's just put this properties of that. Let's just make that like probably that'll work. So that's kind of the absolute level, the ideal level that I would say would be worth a long. It's 48,583. Now I know it's quite far from where we are now, but as I said, we are bottom of range, and I'm very reluctant to chase any shorts from where we are at the moment. Okay, so the last thing is we did close with a higher low yesterday. So that was the previous low, and yesterday we got a higher low. And if we just use a Fibonacci here, we sort of closed on the 61.8. Okay. So yeah, it's kind of a tough nut. Ultimately, if we do break below the low of yesterday, around 49,145, then we can expect some more downside, and then the most logical one would be 48,583. And in fact, 48,583 is where I will have limit orders in for a long. Okay. Yeah, so that's kind of my take on it at the moment. If you are going to chase this short, just keep your stops fairly tight, and I think wait for that first half hour of trading just to see what happens. And if you do break below that first half hour of trading, then you've got sort of a reasonable idea that it's going to move to the downside. But then take your profits at the different levels. Don't try and anticipate that it's going to break through the levels, because there's so much happening down here that you could get caught with your pants down pretty quickly. Okay, so that's kind of my take on it today. Wait for that first half hour, and a break above or break below that first half hour is going to give you the direction of where we're going to go, and your stop loss will be on the opposite side of that first half hour candle. Okay. Yeah, that's about it. And I think for me, I'm not going to trade this. I think I'm rather going to wait for the for the Dow Jones to basically find a level for me, for after it's pulled back a little bit, and get in on there. I'd rather take the money that I would trade this and put it on the Dow, because I'm in a trend on the Dow, whereas this is going sideways. Okay, so that's kind of my take on this at the moment. Hope it helps you somewhat. I'm completely confused at the moment where we're going to go. So as a result, I'd rather keep my money in my pocket. Anyway, guys, enjoy the day, and I'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.